It's Randy Nunez, your host on Between the Chalk Lines podcast, where it's all baseball talk all the time, every week. I just want to remind you that you can go to the Instagram for Between the Chalk Lines, find the Michael McGreevy card, like it, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment, and you'll be in for this month's giveaway. Rookie card, refractor, autograph from Michael McGreevy, 2025 Topps Chrome. Pulled it myself, so giving it away to you all. Big news. Mike Trout hit number 400. So look out for October's giveaway. The card is for September. We still have a few days, and you'll be watching this a couple days before the end of the month, and hopefully you'll be subscribed to the YouTube channel, like I said, and comment on the photograph on Instagram. All that's down on the screen. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this week's podcast. I mean, big news besides that home run. The Mariners have clinched the AL West, going to I think the first time in a quarter century almost that they've clinched the division itself. The Astros, the Rangers, Angels, Athletics, all out of it, except for the Astros as far as playoff. And we'll talk about that because the Angels, who are dead last in the AL West, have a chance to possibly knock out the Astros entirely from the playoffs this year. And that's just something you don't hear about. Guardians, Tigers, that's big. The Tigers had a 15.5 game lead. Dropped that over the span of about 3 weeks. Now they are in a dead tie with the Guardians. They're actually technically second place, the Tigers. Guardians are in first. The Blue Jays, the Yankees have, they're also dead tie as far as record. Have clinched playoff spots, so now it's for the division, and that's the American League. Very simple, thankfully. The NL is a lot more simple. Phillies have the division title in the NL East. Congratulations, with a 94-65 record as of Friday the 26th. The Brewers have the NL Central division title with a 96-63 record going into tonight. The Cubs have clinched a wild card spot with a 90-70 record. So just 2 more games for the Cubs. Dodgers, of course, clinched the West. Padres clinched a playoff spot in the wild card. They're the only two in a West. The East, obviously, I only named two wild card teams. One more needs to be decided. And we're going to look at the overall, just wild card overall. Like I said, the AL is fairly simple. The Yankees have clinched a playoff berth. Just depends on whether it's the division or wild card. The Red Sox, the Tigers, the Astros all still are fighting for those last two spots on the wild card because we don't know yet if it's the Yankees or the Blue Jays at the top on the wild card there. So Astros are one game back of the Tigers. They play the Angels tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. If you're watching this on Saturday morning, you'll know if they uh, made it or not. And the Tigers, who are 2-8 in the last 10, um, have to win. The Astros have to lose if they don't, if the Tigers want to make the playoffs at all. That's just how simple it is, really. Um, Yankees are 8-2 in the last 10. The only team better in the AL is the Mariners are 9-1. The only yeah, they're the only team better are the Mariners 9-1. We'll talk about Cal Raleigh. And I talked about how he could be MVP against Judge here. And I'm thinking now he should be MVP over Judge. Chime off in the comments if you agree or disagree. And now, as far as the wild card, it's very simple. The Mets have the last spot going into the weekend, but the Reds, the Diamondbacks, are both within striking distance. The Reds are only one game back. The Diamondbacks are only 2 games back. So if the Mets just completely fall apart and the Reds continue to win, they're 7-3 in the last 10. D-backs are 6-4 in the last 10, so it's kind of a throw up for the D-backs. I would say the Reds will probably take the last wild card spot over the Mets. That's just me. We haven't seen the Reds in a long time. We haven't seen the Tigers in the playoffs in quite a while, at least in a competitive position. But that's also to say we haven't seen the Mariners in a competitive position in the playoffs, and they have the second best record behind the Blue Jays and the Yankees. So this is a big weekend for Seattle. It determines if they're, team number 3 two, or possibly even one in the seeding. So we'll see how that goes. These last three games, these last 3 days are huge for a lot of teams who want to make the playoffs. Um, Cal Raleigh, we're just going to look at him for a second. His stats are just insane for a catcher who, I should say, who a main catcher. That's his position, and a little bit of DH, first base, sometimes even. Um, this year has a 7.2 WAR, according to Baseball Reference. 144 hits, 60 home runs, hitting 247, 125 runs batted in, 14 stolen bases, mind you. OPS plus of 171, an OPS of 954, so just shy of 1,000 if he walked more. If you look at the walks this year, he's got 96, which is the most he's ever had in a single season. So he's also struck out the most in a single season for himself, 181 times. Last year, 176. But he only hit 220 last year. Yeah, I mean, he's been caught stealing 4 times. It's just funny to me thinking, Cal Raleigh stealing 14 bags could maybe steal 15 and have 60 home runs. So it's time to break the AL single season record for home runs set by Aaron Judge, who I mentioned earlier. Uh, 62 by Judge in 2022, his MVP season. So I think it's safe to say Cal Raleigh has, he's playing the most difficult position on the diamond, working with the pitching staff and hitting 60 home runs, breaking the single season record for most home runs by a switch hitter who was held by Mickey Mouse before. So catcher, switch hitter, 60 plus home runs, 100 and plus RBIs this year, 125 plus this year. Just Aaron Judge, he plays the outfield. It's tough to say, who's more who's really worth more, or should I say, who's um, worthy of MVP. 149 games this year to Cal Raleigh's 156. So Raleigh, no matter what happens this weekend, will have more games played. He's got 692 plate appearances to Judge's 667. So Raleigh's got more games, plate appearances, hits. Sorry, Judge has him on hits. 175 as of recording tonight. 30 doubles, 51 home runs, which is still amazing. Don't get me wrong. OPS of 1,000 point, so 1,000.140. It's just insane. I mean, if we look at WAR, let's see WAR, 9.2 as an outfielder to, like I said, Cal Raleigh's 7.2. If you're comparing OPS plus, Raleigh has 171 for this year, where Judge has a 214 OPS plus. It's really going to be those two guys, but we're talking outfielder, catcher, slash DH, really more catcher than anything. He doesn't, Raleigh didn't really DH all that much. So, I had to give it to Cal. Big dumper. I mean, he's not making the money that Aaron Judge is, but he's going to. He is 28 years old, in his prime, should get a contract extension for the Mariners if they're smart. At least, I would say, 5 years to get him to 30-30. Yeah, age 33 season, so maybe 6 years even. You would check his contract. Excuse me. He got a 6-year, 105-year, $105 million contract from this year to 2030 with a vesting player option for 2031. I forgot about this. Happened in March. Huge commitment for Seattle. Cal Raleigh said, all right, you guys are going to commit to me. I will come through. And he'll probably have a MVP on his mantle in the first year of his, $105 million extension. So he's only making $2.6 million this year, but that jumps to 12.6 next year, and then 13.6 and 24.6 for the next 3 years, and then a conditional mutual option for 2031, age 34, like I said, most people don't sign their players at all in general. It doesn't matter what position, but most people don't sign huge extensions past like age 33, 34, 35. Um, First baseman can get past or get away with it because of the ease of position. So Cal Raleigh, you know, committed to Seattle in March. I forgot about that. Just went over my head thinking about all the numbers. Um, yeah, I think he deserves an MVP award for the AL. As far as the National League goes, now that I want to hear from you guys in the comments. What do you think the National League MVP should be? Because that's an interesting uh, topic that I haven't really researched all that much, but there's always standouts. We have guys like Otani, obviously, who could get easily, I think, his third MVP, two in the AL, and one in the no, his fourth, I believe. Let me double check because I'm forgetting. He's already won one last year. Yeah, so he's already got four. AL for 21, 22, 23, NL in 24. So he's got four consecutive MVP awards. Can he make it five? Um, we'll see. 2025 NL MVP. Will he do it? Let's see. Um, but I will say the Dodgers probably won't win this year because we haven't had a team win the World Series back to back years in over 25 years. Let me see the last time, real quick. The Yankees did it three times, um, winning 98, 99, and 2000. So, the Yankees opened the 2000s with the last time a team ever won consecutive or back to back World Series championships. And so, the Dodgers, I have to say, are they the Yankees of the late 90s? Do they have that team? I don't think so. There's a lot of chance now involved. I mean, like 16 teams go into the playoffs. So, a lot of luck, a lot of, performance. Teams have days off. Players, pitchers have days off. But then again, there's the X factor of Otani, um, and their just insane pitching staff. But do they have, a Judge or a Cal Raleigh, or, fill in the blank. I don't know. So October is right around the corner. I'm excited, and I hope you are, because I'll see you next week. Don't forget, Michael McGreevy, rookie card refractor, autograph. I really wish this camera could focus, but it won't. So go find the photograph on the Instagram and like it, subscribe, comment. We'll see if you win.